Yeah, we've always lambed indoor, starting on the 1st of March. So yeah, the ewes will be in, and once they'd lambed, they'd be in for 1 or possibly 2 days before they turned out. So last year we changed the system completely and started lambing from the 1st of April, and that being all outdoors then. Because we're quite a wet farm, we did bring the ewes in for, I think it was a 3-week period, from the end of February until about the middle of March. And then for the last 2 weeks prior to lambing, they were turned out onto good quality grassland then. They didn't receive any concentrates. So depending entirely on the grass then to boost milk production and lamb growth. Well, in terms of labour, that was one of the reasons why we decided to opt for outdoor lambing. Wanted to cut down on the labour costs and the time involved, and it actually worked out very well. I found lambing outdoors far easier than indoors, and obviously a lot of it is to do with the weather conditions, and we had a very favourable April last year, and it worked out well. I hope it'll be just as good this year. Because of the weather conditions and the wet ground this year, as I said, we've got very wet ground. We've had to bring some of the ewes in earlier. Ewe lambs came in between Christmas and New Year, whereas last year I think it was probably the end of January they came in, and I brought in some 50 of the thinner ewes as well. The likelihood is that I'm going to have to bring the ewes in earlier to protect the swards possibly. I've got this thing in my mind of trying to keep them out until scanning, because that's what we've always done. Immediately after scanning, in our previous system, when we were scanning end of December, because we were lambing in March, you know, as soon as we'd scanned, we knew what was what, and we brought the ewes in. Trying to keep to that system, but the likelihood is that possibly we're going to have to bring them in before scanning. But, you know, I wouldn't like to develop a system where I didn't have any silage to depend on.
Yeah.
It's nice to have the flexibility and the sheds to do whatever the weather conditions allow.